So we're here. If I'm gonna get into leg locks, it's because I'm working off my back and I don't feel like sweeping up to top. So when I get here, there's always gonna be, I have to keep contact points and I have to keep him in front of me, right? I don't want Dylan pushing my knees down and walking past me and doing uncivilized things to me from side control. So when I'm here, I always like to keep one foot on the hip and one foot hooking something, whether it's a knee, whether it's there, whether it's the back of his butt cheek. I want to have some sort of a contact point where I can push and I can pull here. That's going to help keep me off balance. I like to keep a wrist. If you're civilized wearing pajamas, you can obviously grab that. I'm more of a no-gi guy myself, so I'm just going to go there, or you can go reverse grip. I like having a reverse grip if you can get there, just because it feels more solid to me. I have small children-sized hands, so grabbing like another grown man's wrist is tough for me. Like I can't connect my fingers.
I can relate.
Yeah, it's tough, right? I wear size small gloves at Walter.
Really good.
I tell you, I have children-sized hands. So when I'm here, boom, I'm working, right? All I'm going to look to do is get Lloyd to step forward with the foot I want. So the easiest way I like to do that is just kind of a little bit of push-pull here, bop, so that this foot comes forward. I'm going to shoot my knee through here, and I'm going to use this post on his hip as well as my wrist grip, and I will grab for the ankle pretty quickly here, boom, to come through and go to that read. Now, as soon as we're in that read, a couple details you need to be aware of. One, my knee needs to be either in line with his knee or above. That's going to give me the leg control I need. Two, this foot cannot just be out in Neverland wherever you think. You have to be aware of where this foot is. So it either needs to be pushing on something, pulling on something, or hidden. If you leave this foot laying around, you're walking into, I do not call it Ashigarami. I'm pretentious that way. I'm neither Japanese nor smart enough to use that without it sounding ridiculous. 50-50, you'll hear it, call it whatever you want. I just don't call it Ashi because I'm neither Japanese nor that cool. So when I get here, I'm going to do two things. This foot's going to push his knee out, and I'm going to look to drive my knee over. That's going to expose his heel. Once we're here, I'm going to look to put kind of the ball of his ankle and the top of his heel right into the crooks of my elbow here. A couple details once you get here. I'm not trying to lay my hand across. I'm trying to grab my top shoulder. So when I'm here, it's not so much that I'm trying to drive my hand here. I'm trying to drive my hand up. Really, I'm trying to do this. Boom. Once we're here, I'm going to figure four and keep my foot as hidden as I can. If I leave this foot laying around, Lloyd can start to attack that. Now, he's not going to have a ton of options. He's probably going to go to that outside toe, which I should win the foot race if he's doing that. But as I'm here, I'm going to do two things. Extend and turn. Now, as I'm turning, I'm not turning my arms. I'm turning my upper trunk. Chest, shoulders, back, all that upper body, because I don't fight you fair. Fighting fair is for losers. All right? I'm going to fight a little part of you, aka your ankle, with as much as me as I can manage around, right? So I'm going to connect my hands, driving my hand up and turning. Dylan feels the immediate adjustments when my hands clasp together. And that's what I want. So I'm here, I'm working, I'm trying to get him off balance, whatever I can, pop. As soon as that foot comes forward, boom, here, here. I will start to figure four, and I like to just hide this foot behind his other leg. Because if you leave it out here, he's going to start twisting on it, which is just going to feel uncomfortable. He's not going to have a ton of leverage, but if you get a little skittish here, which a lot of people do, you're going to end up feeling like you have to let go and abandon. Where if you just tuck it behind his butt, you're a little safer for the moment. Here, like I said, a couple big details. I want his pinky toe in the armpit, here, and I'm not trying to pull his leg. A lot of people roll this way. Dylan feels that. That doesn't feel comfortable, right? But the difference is here. This big of a difference, right? This big of a reaction, right? So I'm not just driving here. A lot of people are trying to rip it across, right? A lot of people, so who knows who Joe Bays is? If you don't feel bad. He's not very well known. Joe Bays is one of the best leg lockers to ever come out of the Midwest. He showed me this detail and it changed my life whenever I go for leg locks. Because he's one of those guys in the early EBI days they'd bring in and he'd beat a bunch of guys he wasn't supposed to. He's a monster. Him and Bobby Evans both. Your favorite person. I love Bobby. You two would love each other. It was funny. I did. But, alright, so if I'm here, boom, I'm pulling that up towards me and then over. That's what's engaging that locking to me. Because if I'm here, he's feeling pressure in his knee, right? Here is where it shifts everything into that AC.
Well,
Alright?
Dustin, isn't that also if you're doing it the wrong way as you're saying it?
Yeah.
That's pulling your elbow up, releasing the pressure off that.
Yeah, if you're if you're coming here, a lot of your pressure is going to be from your arms. Where if I'm here, I have it locked, and then I can use trunk to turn this. Boom. So I'm pulling that ankle up into me, and then over.
So you're skinning that sort of like a razor?
Yeah, it's like a reverse on the line.
Okay.
What do you need to see?
You can see it.
I was like, I found
I was gonna say, one of you come here. So boom, I'm doing cool stuff. Boom, I come through here. As I start to expose that heel, I'm going to cover and hide. I like to hide this foot as often as I can. Realize the more you hide your feet when you enter a footlock battle, the better off you are. Because now she would have to untangle my feet to then be able to start attacking me. Well, by the time she's untangled my feet, I have her heel hooked. Right? So I'm here. I'm going to start to turn this knee down, come to this ankle here. Once I'm here, boom, I'm going to spin that up, then turn over, boom. If they keep following you, just take it. Take it till your chest is. If you get to chest down and it's not working, your lock's off. That's all it can be. So when you get here, keep driving this knee down, and you want to extend them out. Here. I will start locking as soon as I can get their foot off the ground. Boom, here. I'm going to start locking. Here. If you just rip across, it's not going to work. You have to be able to set this up and then over. Alright. Questions on this?
Can I see your full entrance to that one?
Yeah. So we're here. Boom, we're working. Looking for any sort of, I want to off balance to where this leg gets isolated and forward. Boom, here, through, here. Now, once we're here, I'm going to extend, come in. And while we're in, that's where I'm going to start to attack. Questions on that first lock? We're all going to do a quick exercise. Everyone rotate your ankles. Everyone rotate their knees. Great. Now that we're all doing leg locks today, we're all going to do them safely. You're all going to leave with the same amount of pain doing the ankle and knee roll or foot roll that you just did. If I walk over and you are ripping a leg off and not paying attention to what you're doing, I will politely and firmly ask you this. My only thing with leg locks is when they go bad quickly, and they're generally going bad because someone's not paying attention. All right?
He's not exaggerating, guys.
Listen, I watched a kid in the tournament who I knew very well at the time, twist wrong on a leg lock, and he had to, not have a full knee replacement, but he had basically every ligament in his knee rebuilt. ACL, MCL, meniscus, PCL, he had all four of those rebuilt, and then had a bunch of stuff had to get reattached with his thigh. So when I tell you that you are going to be careful while doing this, or I will ask you to leave that as well, I watched his knee shred from about me to you. Yeah. So I was watching this match, and all I heard was scream, and I look over and his knee exploded.
I couldn't eat for a week.
Yeah, it was bad. Like I said, of the jiu-jitsu injuries I've seen, the shoulder forward roll omoplata was the worst I've ever seen. I told you. So the guy had a omoplata, and you know how you normally sit up and just kind of lean in and over and finish? He forward rolled. You ever broke a 2x4? Yeah, oh, shoulder came out.
Oh, I missed that.
Shoulder came out, elbow broke, and fist fight ensued between the two teams. It was great. I tell that. It should have. You knew that when my students were fighting. part of this same position. So you're going to be able to work through both of these still. That's why we're kind of going quick. So boom, I'm here. Boom, I get Dylan to come up. I come here. As I push his foot out, I'm going to drive my knee over. Boom. But let's say Dylan starts to counter. He's going to start to straighten this foot out, sit his butt down, and he's going to try to start unlocking my feet, try to start doing stuff, right? Like most people, when you touch their feet, aren't going to be like, hey, cool, go ahead, you should do that to me. Boom. It's going to make finishing on this side of your body very difficult because I don't have a ton of leverage. I can't expose that heel. I got to really, fight for that. So boom, all we're going to do, pass this heel over. So we're here. I like to monkey paw grip to opposite ankle here. Pass it through. Now, once we're through, same thing. We're going to look to drag our elbow back, and I'm looking to scoop underneath kind of that ball of his foot. So for all of you who aren't wearing socks, boom, you're kind of coming around the ball of his foot here. So I'm here, boom, here. Now, distance with this is going to be helpful. So you have to be able to manage the distance with your legs. If Dylan starts to pressure into me really hard, I have to be able to push him out with my legs. Dylan tries to run from me, I have to be able to pull him in. That's why we go to this full weave, or ashi if you're a cool kid. Boom. Once we're here, couple ways to expose the heel. One, you can dig underneath for it. I like palming it. I will just come around, palm it up, and turn it for
I
him.
feel that already.
That's why inside heel hooks are just as bad. So boom, we come here. Once you expose it, you can, a lot of guys will just keep their hand here, kind of go over grip it, and stretch here. So we're here. That same motion, boom, we're fighting, boom, I get him here. Boom, as I start to turn him over, a lot of guys will start to pressure and start trying to do other things. Boom. Here. Once we're here, see how Dylan doesn't feel a ton of pressure right here? We're close. We're too close. The second I extend him out, it's right there. Dylan scoots his butt back into me again. Yeah, there's pressure on your knee, but there's not, you don't feel any of the kind of pain sensor here. The second, I'm going to loosen my grip so I don't accidentally pull his knee while I push him away from me. Immediately. Once again, a lot of you guys were still getting to a good pull here, but you were trying to turn your arms. Attach everything, like your T-Rex, boom, and you got to turn your chest. Any of you guys ever hurt your neck? Where you got to turn like this to your side, you're like, yeah, you're a nice kid. And then you turn back, right? Same concept here. Boom, I get my grip. I'm not moving my arms across my body. I am, my neck's hurt, I gotta look to Dylan over here. Boom, turning my chest and my trunk. Once again, I don't fight you fair. Your little leg versus all of my upper body is not a fair fight. I'm not gonna try to fight you fair, all right? Questions on this one?
Can you walk through some choreography for the B guy?
Yes. So B guy, what we're looking for here. Boom. Once they get here, boom. As they start to turn here, sit to your butt.
This is the butt. Yep.
Just sit to the butt here. That'll give you what you need. Boom. Twist that through. I like to go this leg pushed through really heavy, that top leg. Push through to the back of their butt. I will either cross my heels here or just kind of keep this foot active. Lets me manage my distance better. Once you're here, like I said, turning not just my arms. My arms are great. They're big, they're strong, I'm handsome, right? But it is attachment and turn with my whole body. Make sense?
You're tucking your elbows.
Yep. Always
Really?
tight.
Okay.
You don't bench like this, right? Boom, lock everything in. Boom, lock those elbows in, locks everything into place. I can drag that heel up to me. Dylan's face tells you how tight that gets just from the little adjustments there. All right. Questions?
One more terminology question.
Yeah.
The first leg lock.
Yep. Outside
This is
heel.
outside. This is inside heel.
Yep.
Okay.
Outside because it is to the outside of both of our bodies. inside, because to the inside and the heel's coming up, outside, heel's coming to the outside. It's semantic differences, but they can be important at times for some people. So I'm here with Dylan. Cool things are happening. Boom, I get underneath. Boom, I start to come here. Now, a lot of times what guys will start to do to get you off their feet, if Dylan's good, he immediately has this reaction. He'll start to push my foot down and try to drive this knee out. Because their goal is to get my knee line bent. Because if Dylan gets his foot here, I can grab as much as I want for his ankle. There's nothing good going to happen here. So you want to be aware of that. So when I come here, what a lot of people are going to do is start to push that foot down. So instead of trying to keep fighting with this foot, all we're going to do, sit him back. So I'm going to come here. Instead of trying to drive this foot across, I'm just going to push it through his chest, kick his other knee out. Sit him to his butt, right? Now, for me, there's a couple options here. I like to come back through here. So I'm going to feed this foot out from behind his knee and through. I like to come into this saddle position here. Now, once we're here, variety of options of where you can go. You can fall back to that ankle again, go back to the heel. You can come back for traditional straight ankle lock, or you can start to come through. For me, I like to come through and go to the knee, because I want to show you guys a couple different options. So boom, Dylan starts to do stuff. Boom, he comes here. I don't like that. Boom, here. The reason I like this is I now have my foot protected. So as I come through here, I'm going to drive this knee, comes from here to here. I'm going to swivel my knee through here. I want to keep as much sitting on Dylan as possible. You do not want to be above his knee line here. Now, when you sat him, most likely you had this hook of some sort. Keep that hook. This hook comes through here. Oh. Straighten that knee out for me.
You want your partner to roll through?
They can. You can follow them through. Because if they don't, I just take the knee from top. So I'm here, boom. He starts to push that foot. I'm like, hey, that's really inconsiderate of you. Because I don't appreciate you countering my moves. Right? You should just let me do what I want. Deal with it, right? Boom. I'm here. Foot comes through. Follow it. If he continues to follow, he just opens his butt for the ankle. If he doesn't, so if we go back a little, if he doesn't, boom, all you have to do is straighten and you can take the knee off. Questions on that? Like I said, it just ends you into another attack route to where you can start have your feet hidden but continue to attack his ankles and knees.
If he doesn't roll with you, straight to the knee bar.
Yeah, just sprawl into a knee bar. So like if I'm here, boom, boom, bop, right? Boom. I'm going to follow through. He doesn't come in. Like you're really there. All you have to do is attack and grab your bit forward. Now, most guys are going to do what Dylan's doing, which is follow. So, boom. I push him back. I go follow here. He's going to come through, which is going to put you right into a heel hook. Boom. Here. Once again, your foot's hidden. His heel's exposed.
Can you roll one more from right there, as if you missed the heel hook?
Yeah, if I come
If
through
I keep
here.
rolling, is that a bad idea?
Yeah, so if he
Can't
keeps
be.
rolling down there, he
So-
doesn't
I want to roll
roll.
the boy.
So boom, I'm here. Boom, I sit him down. He follows. Boom, I follow again. You just keep attacking. So then you follow.
Oh, so I gotta go this way.
See? That's it. Let's hurry.
By the way, your knee.
Yeah,
now
so
it's inside.
Yeah.
Fun rule of thumb of how to protect yourself.
Listen,
If I'm dragging your heel this way, follow the pressure when you roll. So if I go this way, you want to roll back. Because if you roll that way while I'm pressuring this way, feel the pressure on your knee that you put there. That's how a buddy of mine blew his knee out. So he's in an outside, and instead of following his heel over, he went the other way. His whole knee went, fuck you. It was fun. Like I said, the screaming will haunt me probably to the day I die. But that's why I tell you this. Careful. So, one more time for sport. Boom, we're here. Bop. I start to come up. Lloyd's going to start to push my foot down and start kind of settling his hips, because a lot of guys will do that. Boom. Kick that knee out. Drive that heel into his chest. Bop. Here. Now, you can stay here and continue to attack, guys. Realize that. I'm showing you this kind of in brief, but you can still heal. If you want something a little different, boom, follow it and attack from top. Now, for me, once I get here, then I'm just going to but choices, options, fun. It's always what I try to give you guys as much of it as I can. Other questions? This is one of my favorites because it just ruins people's days. And I just like to do that occasionally. And it's worked in the UFC, which means it's a real move that you can always hit, right? It's worked once in the UFC. So I actually fought the dude it worked on. So boom, I come here. Boom, I start to bring this heel over. Lloyd's going to continue to do what he's supposed to, drive this knee down and push my ankle. Because he's looking to clear that out, but he wants to clear this down as well. So boom, all I'm going to do, hands down, scoop my hips back. Here. As we're here, I come ankle behind his thigh, and then all I'm going to do, body lock, and drive it.
You guys must have turned in hell for that.
It hurts, man.
That was a crazy arch.
Oh, it's just
It's a calf slice.
Oh.
So what you're looking for is the guy to drive your ankle down as opposed to out. That's how this one works best. So if he's here and he's pushing my ankle, see how Lloyd's doing the right thing and pushing it out? This will be a lot harder to do. But a lot of people, when you come in here, will start to push your ankle down. Boom, which is great. Because all we're going to do is come to there. All I'm looking to do is get my calf right into the back of the pit of his knee. All right? Once I'm there, I'm going to sit up, tap.
Could you actually say he tolerated this? Could there be any actual damage to it?
Oh yeah, his knee will
Blow my
explode
calf.
forward.
Okay.
So his kneecap will separate out forward, and then I think it tears his meniscus on the way, but
Probably.
would be
Not trying to do
so. So I'm here. I'm gonna always look to come here and drive my hips in. It's just a nasty one for fun.
Just get him out.
I'll be a little bit less of a pussy so you can show it
Yeah.
better.
So boom, I'm here.
That is brace.
Boom, boom. As I drive here, I like to just push there, come out. Boom. As soon as I sit up, that's where you're.
Yep.
You're just trying to walk your hips to the back of his hips, or drag his hips back to you, whichever is more convenient for you at the moment. For me, it's generally I meet him in the middle. I'm not just going to grab his hips and pull in. I'm not just going to be able to rock up. I'm generally going to go hands behind and drive up.
And you do take the figure four, or you don't figure four?
I don't, because it's going to stop me from being able to come up as well.
So you
Boom,
go
I'll
beside
come.
it?
I'll come to that almost like praying feet
All right.
motion. Boom, I'll come to here to where it's kind of my knees covering my ankle. Here. Because a lot of people think you're looking to take their back here, and I'm not, because I'd rather you just hurt. Lazy.
To fight in regardless.
Yeah. So, questions on that one?
You're just pushing his foot backwards, like whenever
Yeah.
he goes to feel it down, you're just
I've
pushing
actually
that
showed you
hand
guys this
over.
before. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I'm just asking people.
Yeah, so boom, I'm here. All I'm looking for is to come here.
Yeah, okay.
So once I get my shin into position here, it's actually just a matter of time. You can finish this a couple different ways. One of the other creative, fun ways you can do if you can't come up to them is come under.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
For a lot of people, because a lot of people will think they're going to like back step here, because they're going to try to come out of this, which will not be great for them anyway. But for a lot of people, I'll come under here and scoop, and then I'm sliding his hips open while driving mine forward. So I'm making him do a split while breaking his shin. Because I'm a bad person.
On the mat.
Listen, Yeah, listen, that's the fun of jiu-jitsu is I can do really mean things.
Legally.
Legally. Like people pay me, to abuse them. Like it's fun.
I'm gonna give you like 250.
It's America. I can get paid for anything. Questions on this? All right, let's drill her out. 1, 2, 3. So boom, I'm here, right? I'm a cool kid, and I learned De La Riva guard from this very kind Brazilian gentleman named De La Riva. So it was fun. So you can go from De La Riva is a really great gi guard. Reverse De La Riva is a really great no gi. Even he did that. So boom, when I'm here, one of my favorite things to do if I'm going to get people in, especially when I'm here in reverse De La Riva, I like to keep good pressure here off balancing him because a lot of guys will start to kind of drive into you, so you need to be able to come, kind of keep them off of you a little bit. My next hand, I'm going to come under his knee here, right? As I get here, I like to come up onto that shoulder. So my hand's going to come here and here. Now, once you're there, you have a couple options. If they fall back this way, take top. It's always going to come up. When I come here, a lot of people will fall forward because they're trying to drive into you. So here, once you get them there, all I need to do, drive that foot under from the hip, here, and through. Basically just rolling through your shoulders. Once you get there, then uncivilize things that way.
Pretty cool.
Like I said, not a big part of my game, but is available to you.
Can I see that about 30 more times?
Yeah. Boom, here, here, here. Boom. I will like to come across grip here and come here.
Okay. You're going under this way then.
For those of you who haven't done this drill, I don't know if Floyd showed it to you. Boom. Come up.
Oh, God.
Feet, here. Come up. Feet, here. It's called the around the world drill. If you're wanting to get into footlocks and get into that, you need to be able to invert quickly and efficiently. So around the world, back and forth a couple times will help you with that. We're here. Boom. Pop. Boom. Through. As soon as you're through, drag this ankle through, down. Once you're there, I will always push back through and then re-attack an ankle. Because sometimes you just got scared. Need to see it?
No, I think I got it.
You got it. Anyone else need to see it more? Yes.
I'm inevitably going to screw that recheck where you do
Hey
that.
guys, you guys are familiar with the reverse De La Riva position?
So,
Now we have hooks and a hip placement.
yeah. So a lot of people when they go reverse De La Riva will come here. I prefer to be able to have pressure into their hip because a lot of people when you come here are going to start trying to knee cut here. That is inevitably where they're trying to go is here. So if I'm here, it's going to slow down that knee cut, which will then come here. Boom. Once you're back underneath, I leave this foot protected, this foot out for your reach. Pop. Butter. Body motor function control. When you're upside down, it's very hard to figure out. That's why that around the world drill comes in. Because you have to be able to invert, place your feet in different places, and then come back through. That's why that around the world drill is useful. Questions? All right, fill her out. 1, 2, 3. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, anything you guys want to see while I'm saying? Doesn't have to be play block.
You do rolling back craziest submission you've ever
I have one.
Yeah.
You really want to see.
I love rolling back takes.
All right, so it's up. So
never miss an up.
So I have like 4 fancy moves in my entire what I would consider A game of jiu-jitsu. This is one of them.
I like
All right.
that.
So a lot of guys get real tight to where they're just trying to kind of not go to lockdown, but they're just holding on, right? Like they're not actually trying to do anything after. So boom, you're just gonna go elbow clear here, hand to the hip, right? Then you go real wide base. Oh man, I'm gonna really try to pass you, I promise. Right? And then you look at me and go, haha, just kidding. This hand shoots through. For those of us who are gay wrestlers, Randy, just for Randy. Boom, here, hunt the back. And I've done this in competitions from white to black, so I can attest that it does actually work. But it's one of the like 2 really fancy moves I really like to use. But a lot of my pro loves have seen it before. But basically, it comes down to if they're holding on real tight, you're getting that wide base, and you're not diving through. You're diving kind of at that 45, trying to hook around. So a lot of people will dive forward and end up in this weird position here. So it's not just diving forward; it's diving kind of in that J hook position here. Boom, here. As soon as I climb your hips, you start taking it back.
So part of that's that you're grabbing the hip and pulling.
Yeah, I'm pulling him around. But that's just a fun one. If you ever need to see it.
Good luck.
I do it to Chad a lot. He loves it.
It's great. Yeah.
Is this how you got the
No.
Will they help if I have a tighter?
I often say to
Yeah,
myself during
it helps.
practice.
It helps. If they have a real tight figure 4 here, it helps a lot. Not necessary like a lot. I'll do it to guys when they just go shin. But if I'm here, boom. As soon as I get here, I'm looking for that hip and just trying to pull them in as I slam this heel to the mat. Boom, and then you choke people. As you know, symbolized. It's also one of the few ways I will roll to leg locks from top, or to tie it into today's fun adventure, right? So boom, instead of rolling through, you should come up here, and instead of taking their back,
Good catch.
I know how bad that feels.
Chad likes that. That's one of Chad's favorites that I do.
Numerous times per practice.
Other questions? Obviously, if you guys want to
When you're finishing, do you have any tips for finishing a straight ankle lock?
So, a couple things on straight ankles. One, distance is always going to be kind of key. So if he's too tight, too far from you, that's always going to be your top pick. A couple other things you want to do. Big toe. You want to have right at kind of where this little stitches right here, where all those stitches meet. You want to put his big toe right there. Boom. Then when you come through, I'm not trying to grab up like into this part of his ankle. I'm trying to trace my thumb around the ball of his ankle. Here. Once we're here, collapse your elbow, then lean back. So a lot of people go here and they just try to arch. Boy will sit through this because it hurts. The second I start to do that, it starts to get worse. So you have to collapse that elbow because that tightens everything. And then you're trying to scoop his heel as you lean back.
Hey, Justin, can you talk about
Very similar. So here, like we would scoop that thumb in guillotine, collapse that elbow, lean back, and scoop.
Can you talk about how you elongate?
Yo,
legs when you do that?
so like if
That
I'm
seems
here-
like when you do that, Jim, everything's 20 times worse.
So, in jiu-jitsu, distance management is about half of the sport. Who's creating distance, who's taking it away. So, when I'm here, if Dylan's pressuring into me, I have to use my knees and my feet to push him away. That's going to put his ankle where I need it, to where, boom, I come here. Now, if Dylan's trying to run away from me, which a lot of guys will in leg locks, I have to be able to use those legs to hold him. Manage that distance. Does that make sense?
Can you show how many times you can use it with one hand?
Oh, yeah. 9 times out of 10, I do 20.
Oh, that's worse somehow.
Well, if I am going to bring my second hand in, it's not really to connect to my other hand, it's just a brace on it. I just put more pressure on your shin bone. I prefer one-handed footlocks, but that's preferential. Other questions? Like I said, I'd love to throw quick things out at you. Not a ton. I'll be honest. The only reason Truck got real popular during that kind of EBI phase. The reason it did is because a lot of those 10th Planet guys would roll into Truck to start their leg locks and no one knew what the hell they were doing. As long as you don't panic in Truck, you're in it together. So it's kind of like another 50-50 position that you can attack. Other questions? Alrighty, let's get some rolls in. 1, 2, 3.